Oh, I need water.
Water. I need water. That can be a thing.
Hello everyone, January 23rd. Oh no, and that's yesterday's thing. There you go. I must have done this before. Find eventual safe state. A graph, 0 to n minus 1. 0 indexed to the integer. Okay, that's the path, the direction between the nodes. Okay, a node is a terminal node if there are no outgoing edges. A node is a safe node if every possible path starting from that node leads to a terminal node or another safe node. Or another safe node. Yes, because you go to another safe node and that safe node will lead up to the terminal. Return an array containing all the safe nodes on a graph. Alright, do we need to first find out what is a safe node? A safe node has no edges, outgoing edges. So in this case, number 5, number 6 are terminal nodes in the first example. No outgoing edges. This we can do. So we can keep track of the outgoing nodes. Like a counter, right? A counter, we can count the number of outgoing nodes for each node and the outgoing edges for each node. And then we go through the graph as we put it together. We will know. But hold a second. The graph already tell you, right? Because the graph, the input vector already said graph I is an integer array of nodes adjacent to node I, meaning there is an edge from node I to each node in graph I. So we only need to go through graph to find the indices which is empty. Those are the terminal nodes. So immediately we know for the first example, 5 and 6 are terminal nodes. And then we need to figure out which nodes is safe, right? It's a safe if every possible path starting from that node leads to a terminal node. Maybe we can do it reverse style. I don't know, I'm just thinking, right? So we have 0 to 1 and 0 to 2. I just kind of draw it. 0 doesn't go to 3, but 0 and 3 go to 0, right? 3 goes to 0, and 1 go to 2, 1 go to 3, okay, 4 go to 5, and 0 and 2 go to 5. All right. So what I'm thinking, maybe it's possible to do it reverse style. Like say, who can go to the terminal nodes? And whoever can go to those nodes must go to the terminal nodes as well. But the thing is, it has to be all the paths, right? All the paths, which means if there's one path that does not go to terminal node, we can now count. Now, that means, because we have 2, 4, so 3 doesn't count. Because 3 go to 0, 0 go to 1, so 3 go to 0, right? So basically, because 0 doesn't count. And 0 go to 2, but 2 counts, right? 2 counts, but 0 doesn't count because we have, also 1 doesn't count because 0 go to 1, 1 go to 2, 2 go to 5, but 0 go to 1, 1 go to 3, and the 3 go back to 0. So basically, for 5, right? For 5, we find 2 go to 5 and 4 go to 5. So that's kind of reverse it. So now we need to know if 2 and 4 are terminal nodes. So we like a 4. Who goes into 4? Nobody goes into 4. So 4 must be a terminal node. Right? 4 must be a terminal node. Now for 2, so we have 1 go to 2, right? And 0 go to 2. We have 1 and 0 go to 2. Okay? So, because I still don't know if 2 is a terminal, 2 is safe, because I don't know. Oh, it is, because does 2 has another path out? 2 doesn't have another path out. Huh. Do you have another path out? Or maybe we I don't know. I'm thinking like maybe we can just traverse the entire thing. From a node, we go to the next node. So from one node, we can go to many nodes, right? So as long as one of the node is not a terminal node, it's not a safe node, then you are also not a safe node, right? But how do we decide whether a node is a... So if we go from a node, right, we do DFS, and then all of them, right, all of them, yeah, so from a node, we go to all its paths, every single path goes to the end, then that is a good node, right? That is a good node. That's the only way we can decide whether a node is good. So in this case, I think we can do, we can have a auxiliary array, a DP array, to mark whether a node is a safe node, right? We can do that. And so we always like go to the next one whether it's a safe node, and then we'll return true or false if it's a safe or if it's a not safe. And then if you go to a terminal node, then that's a safe, because terminal node is always safe, right? Okay, so I think a simple I'm not very sure, but I feel like a DP with kind of DFS setup is good enough, right? I think that should be good enough. So we can set std vector boolean dp. Actually, I think I should do it here. All right, so this is a boolean of size. Oh, I don't even know the size. I have to go through this to know the size. Huh. No, graph is size n, so graph is good enough. Graph.size. All right, and everybody start with false. That's a DP, right? And we also need a boolean DFS. So we need a vector, right? A vector bool DP. Right, we need a DP array, and we need a node, int node, and this, and of course we also need graph. So let's put a graph in there as well. A vector std vector of int ampersand graph. Okay. All right, so that's a DFS. So how do we do a DFS? We have the node, right? And then we need to go to, what if we go back to some that we have already? So we need something like visited, right? We need a visited. So I think we have a DP, no, DP, I don't call it DP, let's call it, let's don't use boolean, let's use an int. Okay, let's use int, let's do -1. So we say -1 equal to not visited, 0 means not safe, and 1 means safe. Okay. All right, so we need to go through this and then this one shall return a integer, right? And we shall go through this thing for I0 I smaller than graph.size I plus plus, because I need to see if graph I dot size is equal to 0, then dpi shall equal to 1. So these are terminal nodes. Terminal nodes. Holy crap, but terminal nodes we should not count. No, terminal nodes count as well. Alright, the terminal nodes, no outgoing, so there, yeah, terminal count. These are terminal nodes. Right, and then from here, I can say if dp node, right, is larger or equal to 0, then we just return dp node. That's it, right? We're done. If dp node is not, then we need to visit this. So we need to say for, how do we say visited? So not visited, so not safe, safe. We need another one. Let's say 2 means already visited. In the stack, right? In the stack already. Then what do we return? That's a good question. What do we return? If I visit something, right, I don't know, I visited something else and I come back to it, or that we simply say we don't, that's actually a good question. How do we, then we go into a circle, right? If you find a circle, then that is a path. Yes. If you go into a circle, then undecided, right? So this is in the stack and undecided. So we say if dp node is equal to 2, right? So this means we have found a cycle. When we find a cycle, everybody in the cycle should be bad, right? A cycle has been found, and every node in the cycle should be none of the nodes in a cycle should be safe. So we go to the node. Now we are reset dp node is equal to 0. Actually, this should come here, right? Oopsie doozy. Okay, so we set it to 0, and then we'll return 0. And then if it's larger than 0, then we return this, right? Either 0 or 1. And then if it's -1, right? In this case, negative I haven't visited yet. We set it to 2. Mark as in the stack, but undecided. All right, so we're in the stack. And then we say for int child of graph node. Okay, and then we just do DFS. We go to child. All right, graph and DP. And then we will have here as well. We say if this is equal to 0, right? It's not safe. Yes, we'll say if this is equal to 0, not safe, then we say dp node equal to 0, and now break it, right? Now we just return 0, right? It's just not safe. One of them is not safe, then that's it. We'll return it. If we go through everybody and everybody is safe, then we say dp node. We set it to 1. It's safe. Then I'll return 1. Right? So that's that. But we can also choose not to return anything, because I can just go through this. I can check at the child for this. But that's fine, right? So we do that. And then what? Lord, this is ugly. All right. And then we'll set up a new thing called std vector int res for int I 0 smaller than graph. Now we can call it dp.size I plus plus. Okay. If dpi is equal to 1, that's a safe node. Then we say res.pushback I, and then we'll return res. Okay, so this is 802. Use dp where dpi represent the status of the node. We use -1. See the comments in the code for what each number represents. We use DFS to go through the graph and fill out the DP array. Well, I believe this will go ON. That's what I think, right? Because the DFS is just, every node will be called once. Because the second time it's encountered is either you're good or you're bad. Actually no, because here I'll go through the children of the node. So technically, this is hard to say what this is, because the first one will, so I think technically it's O(n) squared, right? Because you have to go through every node, and then for each node you'll go through the children. So I'm not sure. Alright, first things first, let's make sure that this is correct. And apparently it is not. I missed 2 and 4. That is interesting. How did I miss 2 and 4 in the first one? So I got 5 and 6, right? And oh, I think we didn't call DP. That is very interesting. We forgot to call this DFS. So DFS node, we start from 0. Ooh, start from 0. Actually, no, we should go through everybody and yeah, I forgot to go to DFS. So I think right, we'll call DFS I. Graph DP. All right, so what I'm also gonna do here is do this. So it should be n, n. Okay, and then this one should also be n. All right, let's try this. All right, looks okay. Let's try it. Pending. Not bad. 5 milliseconds. 8775. Yeah, honestly, I don't know the runtime. What would you say this runtime is? Probably ON. Yeah, it is ON. Oh, look at that. This is new. ON squared, but topological sort using Kahn's algorithm. Oh my goodness. Topological sort. Topological sort. How would you topological sort this? So topological sort is peeling, right? So you find the node that, yeah, so the most outside ones are the terminal nodes. So you pick those out first, right? The ones with 0 outgoing, right? So you pick them out, and then you remove those nodes. Then you have the secondary nodes, and you find who has only one outgoing. Exactly, you find who has only one outgoing, right? And you remove those. Those are also good nodes because for that one, there's only one outgoing towards terminal node, so those must be safe nodes. That's good. So now now you remove those nodes, okay? And now you remove those nodes, and then you find the one with only one outgoing. Now those will only go to so basically we will peel them off. Actually, let's see if we do this peeling off kind of thing. So we have 2, right? 2 out of 5, and 1 will go to 3, right? 1 also go to 3. So probably put 3 here. So 1 go to 3 because 3 go to 0. 1 go to 2. 1 go to 2. 1 go to 3. 0 go to 1. Right? 0 to 1. 0 to 2. That's it. 1 to 2. 1 to 3. 2 to 5. And that's it. 3 to 0. And that's it. Okay, yeah, so this is what it is. So if we do topological sort, then 4 gets removed first, right? So 4 gets removed. So we can actually remove it, right? Actually, don't remove this. We'll remove this. So 4 gets removed. Next 5 gets removed. Right? Next 2 will get removed. So these two will be gone. And that's it. So 2, 2, 5, 4. Wait, shouldn't we have a 6? Oh, 6 doesn't have anything. Yeah, so okay. Yeah, topological sort works. Topological sort works. Why you do in degrees? I thought I should do out degrees. Oh, in degrees. Yes, something goes into you. Right? No, it should be something goes out. Why it's in degrees? So who's in degrees? Node. Why you need this one again? I in degrees. So it's I goes out. That is not in degrees, right? Because this, for each node, this is I goes to node. This should be out degrees. It's not in degrees. Like how many goes out? Unless our understanding of in degree is different. Zero in degrees. So nobody comes into them. Huh. Nobody comes into them. I was doing that. Wait, what is a terminal node? There's no outgoing edges. There's no outgoing edges. So who is a terminal node here? 5 is the terminal nodes. Oh, I think we are doing this in a separate way. That's different. In degree, like in this case. But aren't you not gonna count 5 in this case? M plus n is more likely the case. Yeah, this is exactly the same as my solution. I don't know. In degrees? I feel it's not in degree. I feel it's out degrees. Right? If I go in degrees for this, like why do you go? Because there's no out degree for 4. Oh wait, hold a second. You are doing in degrees. You are literally doing in degrees, man. What was I thinking initially? all degrees. Topological sort is for in degrees. I don't know why I thought about all degree. Yeah, it is in degrees, right? Because you're on the outer edge. When you are on the outer edge, you count the number of in degree, number of things that goes into you, right? Number of things that goes into you, and if you are hanging there, then you only have one path. But what if that path doesn't lead to a terminal? Well, if that path doesn't lead to an end, it will always going back to you. So that's why topological sort works. I think it's worth it. Let's practice topological sort. So we'll do this one more time. Let's practice topological logical sort. All right, so there's one thing I'm thinking. So when you remove a node, somebody's in degrees decreases, right? And it does not matter, because the graph only records the outgoing, right? The graph records outgoing. So you use the graph to know whose in degree needs to be deleted. Oh wow, you don't even need to, like, this is not necessary. This adjacency is not necessary because the graph already tells you, right? The graph already tells you. But of course you have to go through this one first and then save. Save. What I'm thinking is, you count in degrees. Yes. So let's do this. Vector int in degrees. Let's call it. All right. So we do in degrees n, right? We'll start with 0. For int I, 0i smaller than ni plus plus. For int next or child of graph I, right? So in this case, we can say in degrees child plus plus. That's it, right? We got the child has in degrees. Now we go through this. We need an std. Let's call it deck, right? So we call it a queue. And for I, 0i smaller than ni plus plus. If so, we have a queue, and we also need vector. We'll do vector int res, right? I have a result. Then we say if in degrees I is equal to 0, then q dot push back I. Okay. And then we say while q dot empty, not empty, node equal to q dot top front, q dot pop front. Okay. And then we say if in degrees, it will always be, right? Then we say res dot pushback node. And we say for int child of graph node in degrees child minus minus. If in degrees child is equal to 0, push back child. And at the end, we'll return res. Alright, let's give this a shot. That is unexpected. Something we did not do right. Huh. For one, how is 5 and 6? How's 5 now coming in? Oh, in degrees. 5 does have in degrees, so something come into 5. So 5 does have in degrees. The 4 doesn't have in degrees. 4 and 6. Yes, 4 and 6. Right? And from 4, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to 5. So we have 4. Rest are pushed back. 4. And then we have for child, because graph 4 gives you 5. And then we say in degree 5 minus minus. And it should be 0. Q should be pushed back 5. Right, and then come back, it should be pop out. Rest should push back 5. Interesting. Why 5 is not in it? And 2 is not in it. Okay, let's see what went wrong. Right, Q shall be 4. And graph 4 should give you 5. Oh, 5's in degree is 1. The in degree of 5 is 1. I think I need both. Both in degrees and out degrees. Because things like 5 need to push into the thing, right? How do I modify this? Yeah, because it's like this. 4 is go to 5. And 2 is go to 5. Alright, 1 is go to 2. 0 is go to 2. It's like this. And yes, this is the first one, so we remove this. So 5 has 2 in degrees and no out degrees. So what are we doing? Are we supposed to look for the ones that don't have all degrees? If you look for the one that don't have all degrees, it'll be 5 and this. And now we do 5, remove 5, then we have no all degrees will be this and this. So it should be all degrees then. It's not in degrees. And that's why we need another one, because we need to reverse to find. Now it makes more sense why we need another adjacency list. Because we need to start from, you know what? I think it's out degrees. And I know if we do this way, we have to do another adjacency list, right? And something like this. And then our degrees, something that go out. All right, go in, go out. So we are looking for something that doesn't go out. Right? We're looking for something that doesn't go out. And in this case, this one, so I goes to the child. So we say our degrees I plus plus, and adjacency list child dot push back I, because we are doing the reverse ones, right? Because this is I point into child, then I collects an out degree, and child finds its parent. Ah, this is actually a better one. Ancestors, right? This is ancestors. Okay. Now a diagonal rests, and whenever the out degree is equal to 0, then we'll push back. And node does this should be ancestors. And so we find node's ancestor, right? And each ancestor will lose an out degrees. Yes. So out degrees, and then push ancestor, and this is ancestor. All right, let's try this one. So it's kind of reversed. Make more sense to me if we use the ancestor idea. Wait, do we have to sort? Okay, how do we sort? I forgot. Sort vector. That's why we use a true or false instead of. Yeah, screw this. We'll just say sort rest.begin, rest.end. Screw this. We will sort it. I don't care. This method lands around here. So we have a lot of things going on, right? So DP is definitely faster. 51, 43, 21. So the main difference is for DP, we have different state, and then we just find a state, right? Find a node, and each node is either in 3 states. And then you decide which state is it in, right? You decide which state it is in, and if it's in one of the sure state, then you can return. If you go find a cycle, then you also return. Yeah. All right, that's about it. Good. See you guys tomorrow. Adios.